Rob Jackson from Stittsville.
What is this?
This is Precious. 1994 International 9400.
How'd she get her name?
Whoa. There's a question. It was the first, well, argumentatively, it's the first truck that D&J Transport out of Kinburn now used as a grain hauling truck. Derek Crosby. Yeah, well, they calling her 00 because, like I said, it was an argument whether it was the first truck or the second truck. So Derek says, we're just putting 00 on it, and that'll be it. So we kept the dream alive. Had to get rid of some of the company logos because now it's just a toy hauler, and all it does is haul a 40-foot toy hauler for recreation. But I intentionally didn't take this all off, just so if you look close enough, you could see it.
See where she came from.
Where she came from. Everybody knows this truck. I'm not famous. The truck is.
Well, now they'll all have the face that goes behind
That's
the wheel.
right. That's right. Yeah. No matter where I am, and usually the U.S. doing a NASCAR race, Bristol or whatnot, people see me on the highway, and Derek gets a phone call.
What's the engine, transmission, all that?
3406 Cat, 13 speed. Runs great. Got big rubber on it. Super on fuel, pulling the trailer. Has given me a little trouble in the past with the injector pump, but we got all that figured out with 2 weeks to spare this summer to go to Indianapolis, the Brickyard 400, and never missed a beat after that.
Old trucks are fun. That's the catchphrase.
That's right.
Old trucks are fun.
Old trucks are fun, yeah.
So you bought it specifically to haul your toy hauler?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Back in the time, my kids were racing dirt bikes. We had a dually, and it was all the dually could do to pull the trailer. So I figured, why not get a big truck and do it right?
Do you have a background in trucking?
Yes, I work for Hearst Marina and haul big boats. But in my spare time or wherever I get a chance, I do work for Derek Crosby hauling grain with a set of trains.
So did you want this truck, or it just became available? What?
Oh, it was, no, I wanted a truck, and I knew Derek quite well, so I just kept bugging him for years for a truck. I walked into the shop one day in the spring of the year, and there was Derek with a set of coveralls on a Sunday changing tires, the owner of the company. I said, Derek, any trucks? And he looked at me with a kind of like a no. Are you done asking me yet? Year after year. And he said, you know what? Come with me. We hopped in a golf cart, went to the other side of the shop, or other side of the yard, sorry. And there this was sitting there, and he goes, how about that? Like, you got to be kidding me, because I knew of Precious. It sat for about 3 years at the time, and he goes, here, how about this? So he set me up with this, even so much that he plated it, did everything. As I was leaving the yard, he asked me how much fuel was in it. I said, oh, there's lots of fuel, probably about a quarter tank. He said, pull her to the pumps. You're going to need some fuel. So we put some fuel in it, and there I drove her.
And have you done anything to it since you got it, like cosmetically?
Very little, no. I don't want to, because it's the truck. Well, not 100% true. I cut the fifth wheel plate off of it because it's a private truck, and just to get rid of that factor that it's not commercial. The checker plate box is a 1,000-liter water tank we use to wash dirt bikes. So we had our own water on site at the tracks.
Okay, so she does still kind of do her
part. She does her thing all right. Yeah, yeah.
How about a look inside?
Oh, it's not clean. I wasn't planning on coming here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's old school. It's still got the D&J floor mats.
And I noticed the mud flaps on the back too.
Yeah.
She was just part of the same company for the whole.
Oh yeah, he
life?
just had it. Yeah. We went to Havelock one year, me and the wife. I'm sure when we pulled in, the music stopped. Everybody was like, what in the heck is coming in the yard today?
Do you take it out often?
Not often enough. We were going to put a tall stick in it, but I kind of like it just the way it is.
Yeah. Don't do what the in thing is.
That's
it's gotta be different.
Yeah, it shifts so nice that I think I'll just leave it the way it is. It certainly is an eye catcher for sure. It did quit on us once. We were heading to Buddy's for the truck show in the springtime, and we made it halfway to Richmond from Stittsville, and it stopped on the side of the road. And
Richmond, Ontario?
Richmond, Ontario, yeah. Which was really only, 5 miles from home when it quit. And that was when they had the injector punt problem. And it sat there for the day as we kind of tried to forget about it. And
But you were on your way somewhere.
to the truck show at Ron McMillan's for the Antique Truck Club spring meeting. Yeah, we ended up towing it home with a pickup truck, which was rather unique as well. But yeah, we fix things ourselves, or we get friends and acquaintances to help us along the way. She doesn't go to a shop very often.
And is your family in the trucking business?
Not one. I'm the guy. Well, sorry, my son is a mechanic now.
All right.
But yeah.
That explains why he's overseeing this interview. What's the wheelbase? Do you know?
I actually don't know, but it's short with the setback front axle, so it makes for camping and stuff you're not supposed to be doing with a tractor trailer doable. So in all honesty, it is the perfect truck. We talked about shortening it to a single axle, but it would probably ride so much rougher, and it would just take from the truck. This truck is the truck. Like it's what it is. And if you're going to drive a truck to do what we're doing, you got to be used to putting her in tight spots, and good direction always helps, right? Other people sticking around, especially my wife, like she knows the tolerances, and we can get this truck just about anywhere.
And if you knew where it came from and all that, do you know about roughly how many miles are on?
Well, there's an argument about that, whether it's 300,000
or $1 million,
or 3 million or 2 million. But there's lots.
It's turned over at least.
It's been around the clock a couple of times, and it's funny. Even when I come to events like this, there'll be even as so much so as last night, some guy came up to me and said, "I used to drive that truck," and it's. I often run into people like that, and once again, it's the truck. It's not me. Yeah.
You're pretty standoutish stuff. So I mean.
Well, maybe so. Maybe that's why we get along, me and the truck.